All right, this unit is called transformations, and the first one we're going to talk about today is reflections. Transformation, this is an operation that maps an original figure called the pre-image, which is the original figure, onto a new figure called the image. And that is your new figure. So pre-image is the original, and the image is the new. Transformation can change the size, position, or shape of a figure. All right, I'm talking about reflections now. A reflection is a flip over a line called the line of reflection. Each point and its image are the same distance from the line of reflection. Here are some possible lines of reflection, and throughout the notes, I'll give you an example of each of these only one time. The first one, we can flip over the x-axis or the y-axis. Next one, we can flip over vertical or horizontal lines in the form of x equals some number or y equals some number. We'll talk more about that on the back page. We can also reflect over diagonal lines in the form of y equals x or y equals negative x. All right, so the notes, we're only going to concentrate on the odds for this section. If you want to check the evens, you can check those with the key that is in the Google Classroom. All right, first up, when I give you the points, you need to graph the original points. So graph A, B, and C. A is back 4 up 2. B is over 4 up 7. And C is over 5 down 1. All right, then go ahead and connect the points. All right, next check to see where the reflection occurs. In example 1, it wants you to flip it over the x-axis. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the axis of reflection, and then I'll show you how we attack this thing. There's the x-axis, and I already noticed I made one mistake. So on C right here, instead of going over 5 up 1, I went 5 down 1. Just change this to a -1 in your notes, and it'll be okay. So we'll change this point to a 5 -1. All right, so here's how this works. Here is a line of reflection, the x-axis, and we're simply going to count boxes. In other words, how far is point A from that line of reflection? So if I count down, A is 1, 2 spots away. That means I have to go 2 spots below the line of reflection. So count 2 more. 1, 2. Make your dot. Label it A prime. It looks like A to the first, but read that as A prime. So this is your image. That was your pre-image. How far is B away from the line of reflection? B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go 7 below the line of reflection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Label that B prime. How far is C away? C is 1 spot away, so go 1 spot above it. And label that C prime. Connect the dots. And you have done your first successful reflection. Then over here, I just want you to label where these points are at. So A prime was back 4, down 2. B prime was over 4, down 7. And C prime was over 5, up 1. Remember, we changed that to a -1 in the original. Number 3. First step, graph the original points. F is back 5, down 2. G is back 2, down 2. H is over 0, down 6. And I is back 8, down 6. Connect your pieces, makes a nice trapezoid. Second step, figure out where is the line of reflection. In the directions, it tells you reflecting over the y-axis. I'm going to highlight the y-axis for us. And then once again, for the x-axis, we're going to count boxes and see how far away these points are from the y-axis. So I start with F. F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go 5 the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Label that F prime. G is 1, 2, 1, 2. H is not going to move. It is on the line of reflection. So the new point is the same exact point as that point. And just label that H prime as well. I is 8 away. Go 8 the other way. Label that I prime. Connect your pieces. And then over here, just put where the new points are located at. F prime is over 5, down 2. G prime is over 2, down 2. H prime is over 0, down 6. And I prime is over 8, down 6. So there's an example of an x-axis reflection, an example of a y-axis reflection. To the back. Take a look at number 5. First step as usual, graph the original points. J is over 1, down 1. K is over 2, up 3. L is over 3, down 2. And connect your points. All right, next step, figure out where is the line of reflection. In this case, it's x equals 4. X equals are going to be vertical lines. Make sure you write that in your notes. So what that is, on the x-axis at 4, we're going to have a vertical line. Just remember, x equals a number is always going to be a vertical line. So go to the x-axis, count over to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is going to be our line of reflection. So this highlighted line is x equals 4. And once again, just like the front side, we're going to count boxes again. So if I start with J, J is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. K is 1, 2, 1, 2. L is 1 over 1, so go one more on the other side. That's L prime. Connect your pieces, and there you go. J prime was over 7, down 1. K prime was over 6, up 3. And L prime was over 5, down 2. Remember, x equals our vertical lines. Number 7, graph the originals. C is back 4, down 4. D is back 2, up 0. E is over 6, up 1. F is over 4, down 3. And connect your quadrilateral, more precisely a parallelogram. All right, where is your line of reflection? In this case, it is y equals 2. If it's a y equals a number, these are always your horizontal lines. Put this in your notes. So where's the line of reflection at? All right, so on the y-axis, go up to 2 and make a horizontal line. So here's my y-axis. Count up to 2, and that is going to be my horizontal line. And just like before, we're going to count boxes. All right, C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very top. C prime. D is 1, 2. 1, 2. E is 1 away, so go 1 the other way. F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connect the pieces. And you bet it checks out. If I were to flip the pre-image over this line, the image and this guy match up very perfectly. All right, where are the points at? C prime is at back 4, up 8. D prime is back 2, up 4. E prime was over 6, up 3. And F prime was over 4, up 7. Remember, y equals are horizontal lines, as opposed to number 5, where x equals are your vertical lines. Number 9. Graph the originals. X is back 5, down 2. Y is back 3, up 4. And Z is back 1, up 1. Connect the points for the triangle. Next, check where is the line of reflection. In this case, it's y equals x. And for this one, y equals x is a line that goes up to the right. It goes up to the right. So something like that. So now we kind of have an estimate of where that line of reflection is at. But for the points, here's how it works. Whenever I give you the reflection y equals x, all you have to do is flip the coordinate points. So for example, x prime, I just have to flip the points. So I flip the points, this is -5, -2 would become -2, -5. -3, 4 would be 4, -3. -1, 1 becomes 1, -1. All I did was just flip the original points for the line reflection y equals x. So grab the new points and then we're all done. X prime is back 2, down 5. Y prime over 4, down 3. Z prime over 1, down 1. Connect the points. And there you go. So remember, for y equals x, you just have to flip the points. And the line of reflection is a line that goes up to the right. Last one, number 11. Graph the original points. A is back 1, up 3. B is over 0, up 6. C is over 3, up 5. And D is over 2, up 2. All right. Second step, check to see where is the line of reflection. In this case, it's y equals -x. So for this guy, we got to do two things. We have to flip the points, just like y equals x. And we have to change the sign. Make sure you write these in your notes, some little clues for you. So for the line y equals -x, you got to flip the points and change the sign. And this line of reflection is going to go down to the right. So this line is going to go down to the right. So my image should be somewhere in this area right here. So if I look at the original points, I have to flip them and change the sign. So negative 1, 3 would become negative 3, 1. 0, 6 would be negative 6, 0. 3, 5 would be negative 5, negative 3. And 2, 2 would be negative 2, negative 2. Flip the points, change the sign. Graph them, and then we're all done. A prime is back 3 up 1. B prime is back 6 up 0. C prime back 5 down 3. And D prime is back 2 down 2. Connect the points, make sure they're all labeled. And that is how you graph the line reflection, y equals negative x. That's it for reflections.